Willie D Live.
What did he say when you was making your music and you was using the B word and all that kind of stuff? How did he receive that?
He was cool with it. He was more so into me kind of stepping into the reggaeton or kind of using, because we're Hispanic. He's Puerto
Puerto
Rican.
Rican, right?
My mother is as well. So he always pressed the issue. Like even as a kid, I would call him Poppy. And I'd be like, Poppy, can I call you Poppy when we're at home? But when I'm around my friends, can I call you Daddy? He was like, hell no, I'm your Poppy. You gonna call me Poppy. So I kind of wish that I would have kind of tapped into it sooner as far as just like the support in the Hispanic community and that being a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom, on the other hand, she went with it. She went with the potty mouth rapping, the cussing,
Right.
and so forth. So
How did you ever win her over?
I think I won her over because she told me that as long as I can treat it like I'm clocking in and clocking out, like if I'm sitting down, like you and I'm
All right,
talking
Mom. All right, Mom.
very,
Okay.
very intelligent and showing that, there's another side to me and I have more to offer or just who I am as a person outside of just the type of music and the profanity.
Bingo. That's what I got from you.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I got from you. Like, I was checking you out, and I was like, she ain't no just regular old hood chick, man.
And we
She's
used to
smart.
do shows together. You
Yeah.
remember?
I really don't. I don't remember.
You don't remember back? This was, well, I don't want to tell my age, but this was early on.
Now you should celebrate your age.
Okay.
Really, I know women that's a taboo thing, but I used to hear people say stuff like that, like when I was coming up, and at the same time, they told me I wouldn't live to see 18.
What?
I mean, I gave them plenty of reasons, but I used to pinch myself all the way up until I turned 30.
Wow.
Every morning I'd wake up on my birthday. I'd wake up and I go,
Maybe.
literally pinch myself. Yeah.
Wow.
And once I got to 30, I figured like I could run it, because typically for young Black males, we from the hood, we have a trouble getting to that 30 mark. And if we can get there, usually we got all of the wild stuff out of our system. We're more settled down. We have more responsibilities and things like that. And, we become more responsible, And so, so that was my mark. Like, if I get to 30, I got them, But I also didn't realize it wasn't necessarily the number 30. It was more my attitude. Because I could have, exactly. Because I could have changed that mentality, changed my mentality, changed the kind of places that I went to, the people I was around. And I could have done that at 15, well, not necessarily 15 because I was living with my mother in the hood.
Okay.
But by the time I was grown, 18 years old when I moved out, the choice was mine. Yeah. And the choice was yours around 15 when you decided that you wanted to be in a rap group called Crime.
Yeah.
You stepped into this game as a teenager, but you grew up in the spotlight.
Yeah.
This is crazy to me. Like, you grew up in the spotlight. Like, how hard was it trying to balance your, being so young and, being so young with this newfound fame that you had, and the responsibility that came with that?
No, it was a lot. The HBCU colleges is a big thing or whatever the case. And like all my sisters before me was, from high school straight out the gate, whether it was in the band, drill team, whatever the case. And I had initially made drill team, which was a big deal. And I think it was like a pre-battle of the bands type situation where I was supposed to perform with the rest of my team, but that just so happened was the same day as the Nook If You Book video. So at that age, that was something that really showed me that this industry was going to be about a lot of sacrifices. And if I would have never not went to do the Battle of the Bands and never showed up on a set for Knuck a Few Buck, then I probably wouldn't be sitting here in front of you, you know? So having friends, growing up, dealing with fame at such a young age, you know, you got uh friends that you grew up with. Now it's like they're fanned out. Teachers that was, you know, teaching you, now they're fanned out, pulling you out of class, asking for pictures and so forth. And then you got prom, you got all these different great things that's a part of just growing that I missed that I wasn't able to be a part of. So I had a time where I felt like I was stuck, you know, trying to be in two different worlds, still pulling up to the school, hanging out with my friends, doing things that regular teenagers do that wasn't necessarily the smartest thing for me to do, knowing I had a career and I had so much, you know, on the line. And it took a while. It definitely took a while for me to really just be like, okay, you can't be at certain places. You know, you're going to have to kind of, unfortunately, be in this bubble because at this point it could become a liability. And I had to, like you said, kind of go through some things to where legally I experienced and I realized, like, you know, certain things I just can't partake in, certain crowds I just can't be around. And I fought it for a while, but eventually it came, you know, came to. And yeah,